Hello, my name is Franklynn Bartol, and I'm a master's student at University College London and Yale. Today we're going to focus on food safety, something you need to think about when you buy, store, and cook your foods. Foodborne illnesses can have long-term health consequences and even be lethal, so it's really important to learn about this. But don't worry, we do have a recipe for you today. I'm going to show you how to make this baked Camembert dish. Now, Camembert is a soft cheese, and all cheeses need to be kept cold so that any bacteria that's present on them when you buy them doesn't grow and multiply. So when you buy your cheese, get it in the fridge within 2 hours or within 1 hour if it's a hot day. Make sure your fridge is set at 40 degrees Fahrenheit or 4 degrees Celsius or below, and make sure there's enough room around each food item for cold air to circulate. Now, soft cheeses are especially vulnerable to bacteria growth because bacteria like a moist environment for growing. So soft cheeses need to especially be kept cold. Now, Camembert cheese originated from France, where it was traditionally made using unpasteurized milk. Now, the problem with raw or unpasteurized milk is that it can contain really harmful bacteria, like those that cause the Listeria infection. Therefore, check the ingredients of your Camembert cheese and make sure that they used pasteurized milk. This is most commonly used in North America, but some specialty cheeses or homemade cheeses might still use raw milk. There are some myths out there about raw milk being healthier or tastier, but this isn't true. The pasteurization process removes harmful bacteria, but it retains all of the nutrients and the flavor. So we want to prepare our Camembert cheese. When you get the cheese, it's covered in this hard outer layer called the rind. If you're going to use a full wheel, you want to expose part of the soft cheese inside so that when it cooks and expands, it doesn't overflow or explode in the oven. So just shave a little bit of the rind off of the top. Now in my case, I've just used half of the wheel, so I've sliced it down the middle like this. I've stored the other half in the fridge so I can cook it later. Now, if you don't think you're going to eat all of the cheese before the expiration date, you could always freeze it. Wrap it in plastic, then aluminum foil, pop it in a freezer bag, and make sure your freezer is set at 0 degrees Fahrenheit or negative 17 degrees Celsius or below. Now, to preserve the quality of the cheese, you're going to want to defrost it within 3 months. And remember that the freezing process prevents bacteria from growing while it's frozen. Once it's thawed, the bacteria can grow again, so thaw it in the fridge, keep it cold, and consume it within a few days. Now, I'm using half a wheel because I'm just one person, so I can store the rest in the fridge and keep it cold until I want to bake the rest. Now, we need a container to cook the Camembert in. A lot of Camembert cheese comes in little wooden containers like this. If that's the case for you, you can just line the wooden container in some aluminum foil and you've got a container for baking. If not, you can make your own using a few sheets of aluminum foil like this. You just want to make sure the bottom and the sides of the cheese are covered. Now, just make a few little slits in the top of the cheese using a knife, and this just gives us a place to put a few ingredients. Now, like most cheeses, Camembert is a good source of protein. In 1 ounce, or about 30 grams, you're getting about 6 to 8 grams of protein. It's also a really good source of calcium, and it's a rich, creamy cheese. Now I'm going to add a few little fresh sprouts of thyme here, and just a few sprigs. You push them into the cheese. And if you don't have thyme, rosemary is also a really good choice. And if you can't find fresh herbs, dried is fine. You can always sprinkle dried on there. I just like the fresh stuff because I find it has more flavor. So coat the top of the cheese in the thyme. I've also taken a few cloves of garlic here, and I've chopped them up into tiny little pieces like this. And you can just push that right into the cheese there. And just do that throughout. Next, I'm going to sprinkle on a little bit of pepper because pepper tastes great with cheese. And lastly, drizzle on a little bit of balsamic vinegar in my case, or you can choose some olive oil if you like. So that's what it looks like as we're preparing it. Preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius and bake it for about 15 minutes. Don't overbake it or it will get hard. If you don't have access to an oven, you can pop it in a microwave-safe dish. Do not use aluminum foil in the microwave, and cook it on high for about 1 minute. If the middle part isn't soft and gooey yet, pop it in for another 30 seconds until it is. And when you're done, it should look like this. You have this beautiful baked camembert dish. The middle gets really soft and gooey, and it's great for dipping. You can use breads, crackers, vegetables, and dip it right in the middle there. So hopefully you learned some things about food safety today, and you can try out your new skills and knowledge making this baked camembert dish.